Yeah, I definitely believe Bud gets the win. But once again, Canelo used to be one of my favorite fighters.
Right.
It's a big risk. I don't think this is an Errol Spence kind of fight because of the fact that he's a lot bigger than Bud, and he also got skills and he's fast, he's strong.
Right.
Yeah, like, yeah, but
Now it's here.
yeah, no, it's here now. So I think it's a good fight for boxing.
Is your dad picking Bud to win that fight?
Of course, yeah. And I'm picking Bud too. But will it be an easy task? No. But if anybody could do it, I think Bud can.
He's an incredible fighter, but I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
Shakur Stevenson says the thing people don't want to hear. Terence, Bud Crawford, didn't just bulk up. His power moved with him. The camp is strict. The engine looks younger than the birth certificate, and the shots ring heavier than most expected. On September 13 at Allegiant Stadium, the world gets to test that claim live on Netflix. No extra fee, no excuses. It's a legacy bet in the desert, and both corners know it.
Nah, ain't nothing slows down. Bud is his 38 is like somebody's 30. Like,
Right.
It's just a different kind of thing with him. He don't drink, he don't smoke. He's very disciplined. He always active every day of his life. So he's just not the normal athlete. Yeah, I definitely believe Bud gets the win. But once again, Canelo used to be one of my favorite fighters.
Right.
It's a big risk. I don't think this is an Errol Spence kind of fight because of the fact that he's a lot bigger than Bud, and he also got skills and he's fast, he's strong. So I think it's a big risk and a big fight, but I think if anybody can do it, it's Bud Crawford. That's how I look at it.
Stevenson isn't a random voice. He's been close enough to smell the leather. He describes a version of Crawford that hasn't slowed, clean lifestyle, a daily grind that borders on obsessive, and a punch that still stings at higher weight. Reports around the gym reinforce the picture. Bigger bodies rotating in, a deliberate attempt to simulate a compact, patient power puncher who punishes mistakes. There's a reason Bud's circle doesn't overshare. They want reactions on fight night, not on Instagram. And when Stevenson says the power carries up, the room listens. But this isn't a one-note camp. It's rhythm changes, sparring rounds that start technical and end mean, and hours of small task repetition to reduce the tell in Bud's feints. The focus is simple: get Canelo to set, then take away the timing he likes. If the left lead lands early, great. If not, step 2 is selling counters without giving up position. You can almost feel the plan. Don't win a brawl, win the decisions between exchanges. Because against Canelo, the half beats matter more than the combos.
I mean, Bud is ready. Bud is always going to come in there 100%, and he's going to be on top of his game. He's going to be sharp, fast, strong. I think that's the thing that's going to surprise a lot of people with this fight is Bud power carries up. It's not just power that was just there for 147 or 140. His power carries up in weight, so I think that's the biggest thing that's going to surprise everybody.
While the door stays shut, the noise outside gets spicy. Mike Perry doesn't hedge. He picks Canelo for the Mexican power, and he throws a dart at Bud with that didn't hold Turkey's hand line. It's a clownish jab, sure, but it sticks, because it frames Crawford as a company guy in a Saudi-backed blockbuster, not a killer walking into the lion's den. And that's how pre-fight narratives work. They're not about being fair. They're about planting an image the public repeats until it feels true. Perry just made his stick, and yet, the energy around Bud's camp doesn't read like a paycheck run. It reads like a goodbye with teeth. He knows that if this goes wrong, the critics will say the weight was a bridge too far. If it goes right, some will still say Canelo is fading. That's the trap of greatness. You fight for a moving finish line.
I'm going with the Mexican power. I think, I know Terence is tough, you know. He's an incredible fighter, but I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
Teddy Atlas isn't selling fairy tales. He keeps circling the same theme. Intangibles. It's the micro reads. How fast Bud learns the cadence of a man's jab, how he steals half steps to make a hook land ugly, how he dives into late rounds like a chess player with time added to the clock. Atlas has also said out loud what many whisper. Maybe Canelo's miles are showing. Not that he's not elite, he is, but the edges that made him inevitable can dull. If that's real, the guy you don't want across from you is a solver like Crawford. Atlas sees a fight where Bud gums up Canelo's rhythm, drags him into resets, and punishes the walkdowns with straight shots between the gloves. It's not about power alone. It's about putting Canelo on a schedule he didn't write. But this is the gamble part. You can't solve what you can't keep off you. If Canelo starts thudding to shoulders and hips early, the ideas shrink. Bud has to make him miss a hair more than usual and make him pay a hair faster than normal. Against a man who's comfortable winning ugly, those hairs add up.
Maybe he's a little overrated. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. And I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intense.
Devin Haney didn't play the hot take game. He respects what Canelo brings: width, strength, a weight history Bud doesn't have. But he also shared a telling bit. His father pushed Bud to chase this fight long before the posters were printed. That sounds like the counsel you give a generational technician who lives for hard puzzles. Haney's framing is key. This isn't a mismatch, it's a calculated leap, the type only fighters who want more than checks will take. Eric El Terrible Morales has worn national colors on his back and in his blood. He knows what it means when the Mexican superstar carries the gate. Through that lens, the pick often feels simple: the bigger, stronger man who's lived at 168. Still, Morales has publicly acknowledged what makes this unnerving: Crawford's length, speed, and technique. If the fight follows Bud's blueprint, Crawford could take it. If not, Canelo's patience and power stack round by round. It's a measured, honest take from a man who understands both styles. No pay-per-view wall. No which app confusion. This streams on Netflix. That changes who watches and how fast stories travel. It's also a production flex. UFC's broadcast polish meeting a boxing cathedral, a commentary team blended from both worlds, and a full undercard designed to prime casuals and purists alike. Odds still favor Canelo around -180, but public money swings hard when narratives shift. If clips leak of Bud denting big sparring partners or Canelo looking extra light on his feet, lines move. This show isn't just a fight. It's a referendum on what big boxing can look like when it steps into the mainstream's biggest living room. The VA has laid it out. When Bud steps through the ropes at 168, he loses the 154 strap. Translation: no safety nets, no hedging, and crucially, there's no rehydration clause on Canelo. That's a statement from Crawford's side. We'll take him as he is, and we'll try to beat him there. You can call it ego. Or you can call the exact energy a smaller man needs if he plans on writing history. Will Bud's frame carry not just a few explosive counters, but 12 rounds of hard stance checks, forearm fights, and body thumps? Can Canelo get him stationary long enough to invest downstairs without eating line drive counters? Or does Bud's pop at 168 make Canelo careful, or does Canelo taste it, nod, and walk through the fire? None of that has a clean answer until the bell. This buildup is crowded with voices. Stevenson says the engine is young and the power is real. Perry says it's cosplay next to Mexican power. Atlas keeps circling the intangibles. Haney calls it a worthy gamble and tips his cap to both. Morales sees danger at both ways, then admits Crawford can absolutely steal this if he conducts the fight. Meanwhile, Netflix folds the tent into one global screen, and the odds dare you to take a side. Whatever you believe, understand what you're betting: timing and problem solving versus pressure and proof at the weight. On September 13, the talking dies and the breathing gets loud. Drop your pick in the comments and tell me why, not just who.